When I started writing in 2012, it was for step parents because I was a new step parent. There was like this yucky stigma that came with it, and I couldn't understand how someone could be so hateful towards someone that was loving their child. And I still to this day do not understand it. And it happens more than you realize. There are people out there that don't love your children, and there are people out there who have such a vindictive, negative background that they will sabotage anything positive, even if it involves a benefit of their child. And so I started writing about it and just kind of reaching out and making sure that other people knew that they were not alone and that I got it and that, um, you know, I was experiencing it too. And I didn't sugarcoat it. I've never sugarcoated it. And that has gotten me people who think I'm an awful person. And it's gotten me people who have thanked me for sharing how I felt and showing that it changes, because it does change. Then I stopped writing. I stopped writing when I was doing really well. I stopped beginning of 2019. God came to me and told me I needed to write. He not only told me I needed to write, he told me I needed to write a book. He told me what the name of the book was, what the chapters were, everything. And I was excited. And I said, okay, yeah, like I'm doing this. I'm going to be obedient. I'm going to do what you say. And I started writing. And not only did I start writing, I changed from writing about just step parent stuff to writing about me as a woman and what I've gone through in my life, what I've faced, the challenges, my failures, my very personal failures and trials, everything that I've gone through. And if God told me to write about it, I wrote about it. And they were things that I had planned to fully go to the grave with, things that took me a long time to realize that God even knew. Even though, I mean, it makes sense now, but at first I was ashamed. I hid. I thought, I didn't want him to know these things. And one day I realized he knows. He knows. And when I asked for forgiveness, he forgave. And he reminded me that he loved me just as I am. And that the reason why my life is the way it is because I'm the only one that can live this life. That's my purpose, is to be here and to talk to you and to write about what I've gone through, because it helps. And for a little while, I got lost in the how many people will read this, or how many people will think bad of me, or how will I be judged by this? And I got to the point of where it was more exciting to get a message where someone was thanking me for making them feel normal, for making them feel heard and seen and important and valid. And I think there is a lot of power behind helping and encouraging others to know it's not always going to be like this. Whatever you're going through right now that's difficult, it's going to pass and it's going to get better. Because if it's not better, it's not the end. And if it's not the end, then you still have a reason to still be in the fight. And I know what it feels like to be judged. I know what it feels like to walk into a room and not know who's on your side. I've been there. I felt that, and it sucks. I'm not going to say it doesn't, because that's not being real. But what I am going to say is that once you realize that you have so much more than what someone else sees in you, that you're worth so much more than what someone else sees in you, that's where the excitement comes in. That's where the fire comes in. And that's where the desire to move past anybody else's opinion of you is going to carry you much farther. So today, all I want to say is thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for reading, for sharing, for showing up, for caring enough about me and my dream to share it with a girlfriend or a coworker or anyone that's been going through the same things, and telling them that there is hope and it's going to get better. And also to tell you it's never too late to start again. God always restores whatever time has been lost or eaten by the locusts. You know that. So from 2012 to 2020, that's 8 years. And I didn't even have to work as hard or write as many blogs to get the views this time around being real versus then. And I know that's because God was blessing my work, because God was involved in my work and he was behind my work. And so when I start to question things, I have to remind myself that God's behind me, God's for me, and he's for you too. That's all he wants, is for you to be happy, for you to be loved, for you to know your worth. And for me, I don't ever want you to question your worth at all. I want you to walk into a room and know you belong there. I want you to have a voice that's unafraid to stand up for things that are not right. I want you to know that a dream that seems scary is only scary because it's exciting. There is a thrill behind fighting hard for something that is important to you and that you love. And if you don't do it, you're going to go to bed every night regretting that choice. So no matter what you have in your past, push past it, hold your head up high, and you go for your dreams, and you get right with God, and things will get better. I promise you, life will get better. That's all I gotta say. Thanks.